can't let you give all this up. For God's sake, there's the club chair, Fatty Arbuckle, anxiously awaiting his verdict. Okay, I mean it. Well, at least let me give you something in return. You name it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I don't like how happy you look right now.
This is living, huh? How long do we have this thing for? Only 3 hours. You saw the sign. Every mouth goes. Yeah! Get your stuff. Yeah!
Is he swallowing it? Kind of looks like he's moving it around with his tongue.
Cameras are wrong about this, but we have to all see the
What?
world using the internet. You don't get an unlimited number of these.
Tammy, you're never gonna believe who's here. Vlad!
Oh my God, where?
Out there! There he is. That's Vlad. Lucky!
What do you think, Cal? What do you think, buddy? Does it taste good, or is it just the texture? Does it taste the same? He's like, this is my bib. Do you guys see it? Are you swallowing it? You gotta swallow it. Yes, that's your bib. What's up, guys? It is Sunday. Shit, the light's all bad here. What's up, guys? It is Sunday afternoon. It's like 2 p.m. I think, or maybe a little later than 2 p.m. Don't have my phone near me. Yeah, you guys saw earlier what I had for breakfast. Basically a breakfast burrito, eggs, bacon. There may have been a little bit of cheese. I'm not sure. My wife made it. So eggs, bacon, and a tortilla. Drink my coffee. We basically just kind of spent the first part of the day doing nothing really. I just spent the last 30 minutes or so trying to film a few more clips for this kind of higher quality production video that I'm going to be putting up on YouTube and on Facebook. That's kind of centered around dispelling the whole exercise and weight loss myth. Not really myth, but just belief, kind of that, you know, exercise alone is what's going to bring about the weight loss, and trying to really get people focused on the fact that they have to understand how to create new habits, because there's many habits that one has to master in order to really lose weight effectively. Exercise is a very small piece. So yeah, but that was frustrating. I don't know. It's hard for me to make higher, or I feel like I struggle a little bit more with the higher quality production stuff, because it tends to be a little bit more scripted, or you kind of have to be a little bit more scripted for the editing. And that can be difficult for me. Sometimes I feel like when I'm being scripted or trying to really think about what I say, then my face kind of shuts down. Like I don't have as much emotion come through visually on my face. I don't know. Yeah, so it was very frustrating, but I got it done. I think it'll come out pretty good. I'm hoping that it'll just be something that'll be more shareable and people will connect with. It'll resonate with people more, and it'll just give me more exposure. So when that goes up and you guys see it, please comment. Let me know what you think about it. I'd appreciate it. Depending on the response, I may do more of them. I may not do any of them. Just kind of experimenting with different things as far as content goes. Just see what works. Like, that's the key, right? That's the key with nutrition. It's the key with training. It's all one big experiment, and you got to find what works. In particular for training and nutrition, it's more for what works for you as an individual. Yeah, so weighed in, you guys saw that. Still kind of stuck around the same weight, kind of plateaued, but I'm gonna finish my 12 weeks, not gonna give up. I made a commitment. And then, let's see, I'm getting ready to work out, yeah, so that's actually why I jumped in here real quick, is I'm getting ready to train. I'm gonna do shoulders and triceps today. I'm gonna do that, then eat, and then finish out the Sunday. So it's good, you know, it's almost Thanksgiving. We got a short week ahead, so it's a good feeling on Sunday. Most of the time on Sundays, I'm kind of dreading having to go back to work. But knowing that there's a short week ahead of me, it's got me in a little bit better mood. So, otherwise, I hope you guys are having a great Sunday too. I know you're probably not watching this on Sunday, but I hope you did have a great Sunday when this was recorded. And I hope you're having a great day right now whenever you're watching it. So yeah, enjoy the training, and I'll see you afterwards. Finished my workout, shoulders and triceps. Like, I don't know, shoulders are definitely like a weak body part for me as far as like muscularity and definition. So it's like very much been a game over the last, 23 now. I started lifting when I was 12 years old, over the last 11 years, to figure out what they really respond to well. And like for me, it's definitely a mixture of like high volume, low rest, lots of metabolic stress, and frequency. Those are kind of the key things for me on the shoulders. And I always struggle to find that right like arm slot in my presses and my lateral raises to really get a pump. That's always been like a struggle. So I don't know. I feel like workouts when I do shoulders and triceps always feel less effective than they probably really are. You know, like if I was to rank them as far as like quality, I'd probably rank it like on average like a 6 or 7. But like seeing definition, seeing muscularity, improving strength, it's probably like outcome based, probably more like an 8, 9 on average. I don't know. I'm just telling you that because maybe you guys have a body part like that where you just can't, you never feel like you train it very well, but you're getting a lot of results. Like, or maybe you just don't feel like the training goes very well and you don't know how the results are. Sometimes the feedback you get immediately following a training session isn't always an accurate reflection of the long-term results. So just keep that in mind. That's not always the truth. Sometimes they are related, sometimes they aren't. I mean, training is definitely something that's like, there is a science to it, but there is also an art and there's validity for anecdotal evidence. Like everyone responds a little bit differently. Everyone has to kind of tweak with their training programs and their nutrition to kind of find what works for them, which I think I just said that earlier in the clip before I worked out. There's a theme. Yeah, so now I'm gonna eat something, spend the rest of the evening. I wanna edit that video I talked about earlier, kind of higher quality production one, get that edited and uploaded. And I'm still really behind on the cut. This is like episode 60 maybe. And I've not uploaded anything since episode 28, but I have a bunch upcoming to upload. I'm gonna try to do like 5 a day so people don't get a barrage of like 30 notifications and then unsubscribe, which I hope you guys don't do, but I'm gonna try to break it up. I just want to get it uploaded and onto the channel so people can consume it as their leisure, if they want to binge it or they want to watch that one episode at a time. But the daily upload of the series, like if I ever do a daily vlog again, that just doesn't work for me. Like the amount of stuff I'm trying to accomplish and work on and get done, you know, filming all the way till 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night and then editing that video and uploading it the same evening or early morning, just that turnaround was too difficult for me. So, but I learned something, like that's good. So, otherwise the cut's going well. I think I'm down a total of 10 pounds or so, 10 or 11 pounds over the course of 9-ish weeks. So that I'm happy with that progress. Would I've liked more, of course, but a pound a week's pretty good. Just gonna keep going with it. So I'll catch up with you guys at my next meal. Hey guys, so it's 6:45 p.m. So after I lifted, I had some, this hat's giving me a shadow, isn't it? After I lifted, I ate like about 400 grams of Light and Fit vanilla Greek yogurt, which is really good. You can get those in like small containers, but now I found this like large vanilla flavored tub that's a little bit better buy as far as like unit price. So I had that, but now I'm headed to Walmart to get a basically something salty and crunchy, which might more than likely be some potato chips to eat with a sandwich I'm going to make myself. So that is the plan. I've just got one of those cravings and I need to satisfy it. I've got calories and I've got carbs to do that, and fats, so no worries. So yeah, so that's where I'm headed right now, Walmart. Pick up with you guys there. So many choices. I usually get kettle cooked. Lay's kettle cooked. I like the sea salt and cracked pepper. It's kind of like my go-to. However, now that I'm at the store, interesting. So you know how I said I was going to Walmart to satisfy my salty cravings and was probably going to buy chips, and I did consider it. Then I looked around the store a little bit, found some really interesting paleo frozen meals. Going to do a little bit more research on that. They weren't really though paleo-esque as I would think paleo, right? I mean, paleo to me means like super low carb. Some of these meals had 30 grams of carbs or plus in a meal. That seems high to me for a paleo. I mean, I get the idea of like paleo means certain ingredients are off the menu and blah 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 blah, but one of like the hallmarks of a Paleolithic diet is like super uber low carbohydrate. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research. But that's what like the whole brand is branded at, which was interesting. I showed you guys, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to try them sometime and do a little bit more research. I'm very interested. Since I work in frozen food during my day job, it's kind of interesting to see the kind of the nutritional, health, functional food people kind of getting into the frozen food section. It's interesting. But back to the point. I thought I was gonna get chips, but here's the thing. If I get one of those big bag of chips, I know that I'm gonna eat some tonight, and then I'm gonna end up eating the whole rest of the bag over the next day or two. Probably more like a day, knowing me. That's too many calories, too many carbs, and chips come with quite a bit of fats. just because of the nature of the way they're cooked and made. So it's just a little bit more of a calorie load and a little bit more of a fat load than I want. So what I ended up getting was something that's almost purely carbohydrates, and that is some butter lovers popcorn, right? So a bag is 2.5 servings, and a serving is about a cup popped or 2 tablespoons unpopped. 2.5 cups of this popcorn popped is approximately 70 calories or so, and hold on, that's not right. No, that's right. Yeah, so about a bag of this is probably going to be less than, but I decided to go with popcorn because it's mostly carbohydrates, and I can get more volume of food for less calories, if that makes sense. So I'll be able to eat more popcorn and have consumed less calories than if I was to get the chips. I would have less volume of food and have consumed more calories, if that makes sense. So that's why I went with the popcorn. It'll still satisfy that kind of savory, salty craving I have right now, but I'll get more food in. And then I did get some beef jerky and some coffee, because those are essentials. Yeah, so I don't know. Thought you guys might see that other people, like, if you have cravings, you're not crazy or alone. You know, everyone has cravings, and you've got to satisfy them in some way, or they just drive you crazy. The thing is not to let that craving sabotage your goal or your plan. So I want to make a smart decision that satisfies my craving but keeps moving me closer to my goal, and the popcorn is a better decision in this context than the chips. Not that the chips are bad or the popcorn's bad, but in the context of my craving right now, my calories, my food track so far today, the popcorn is a better choice. So if you guys have questions about this is like real life shit, right? This is like the shit that no one talks about, and nobody ever coaches you if you're working with a trainer or a coach about this kind of stuff. So if you have comments, you have questions about this, and like you want to talk specific to you and your situation, please reach out. Like we can chat about it. Social media, Steven at freeborntrainingsystems.com, or you can comment below. But yeah, so I'm gonna go home, eat my sandwich, eat some popcorn, hang out with Cal and Kelsey, and chill the rest of the evening. So I'll probably film a clip before I go to bed. So I'll see you guys then. Good evening, guys. Last clip of the day. I am actually getting ready to make some coffee with my AeroPress. I did have some popcorn, which you guys saw. I had one bag of popcorn, which is like 300 and one bag had 2.5 servings. Each serving is about 140 calories. So you're talking like 280, like 350 calories, about 90 grams of carbs in that one bag of popcorn. I had a couple ounces of beef jerky, and that's it so far. So now I'm getting ready to have the coffee. My wife and son went to bed. I'm gonna spend the rest of the evening editing some videos, drinking coffee, probably have a protein shake before I go to bed to finish up my macros, and that'll be it. So another Sunday on the cut is done. Sunday week 9, and yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next episode. Talk to you guys later.